Hi. Okay, today's topic, which is, only 2 days from yesterday, today's topic is going to be coming out or living stealth. So, because of where I work, let me hide my logo. The company supports LGBTQ and everyone, and is welcoming, and non-discrimination is not only part of the law, but it's also part of the lifestyle within a corporation. The job that I have is retail based, and I see something like 6,000 people a day. Maybe not personally. I work with maybe anywhere between, say, 10 to 30 people myself. So because of that, the idea of living stealth professionally is impossible. If I had some sort of desk job where, I sat in a desk, made a couple phone calls, and I worked with maybe 4 to 10 individuals in a small business or in a small team, living stealth post-tea and with a binder would be easy. But for me, it's not only impossible, it's also unnecessary. Every coworker that I've told, there's 100 employees, give or take, comes and goes. And of the 100, 50 know? Something like that. I've come out to them, some of them in groups, some of them individually, as my transition has been moving forward, so that I will have the correct name on my name badge, on my business card, and when they see it, and they see my name in our appointment book, well, they know it's me. I've not gone by my legal name in 10 years anyway, because I've been going by a nickname prior to this, because I've always hated my legal name ever since I was small. So as far as that goes, my preferred name is used at work by 90% of my coworkers, most of whom have known me as my nickname anyway. So, but for the most part, people are acclimating calling me Kai. A few of them are still struggling. My other female name also had a K in it, so there's a bit of confusion as to that. But it's funny, having my name badge with the other name, with my male name, does create the opportunity for conversation. So they say, Kai, why is your name Kai now? It didn't used to be Kai. What's going on? So I explain, well, I'm changing my name. It's going to be my legal name. And then it gives me that doorway to say, well, this is what's going on. I can pull them aside, talk to them for a few minutes, explain it, positive response, and then move on with my day. The idea of living stealth as a pre-op transsexual is something that I've only been exploring recently. So on all of my online accounts, social media and whatnot, I do explain within my profiles I'm trans, I'm gay, I'm a trans male, just putting it out there. In the past, for the past 10 years, where I've been denying to myself that I'm trans, denying, that I'm not just pretending, whatever. It's sort of been I'm a dude, and then, people finding out later, well, not quite exactly, and then dealing with all that aftermath, the guilt, the guilt of either lying to myself by saying, no, I'm a woman, it's just pretend, or lying to other people by saying, no, I'm a man, but not quite, but I'm not really telling you the whole story. There's been a lot of really bad drama based on that. So when I finally came out to my family and to my close friends, I sort of just made it I'm trans. Just telling everyone. I can't hide it at work. Everyone's going to know. Everyone's going to see me, growing facial hair and maybe getting acne, my voice deepening. So hiding it at work, not possible. And that was one of the things that made me sort of delay. I delayed a year between coming out to my immediate family and actually taking steps towards transition. I actually joined a trans support group before I started taking steps, like before I started getting therapy and moving towards WPATH and all that stuff. But as that day grows closer, it's become imperative for me to just set the story straight. And the more people I tell, the more positive response I get. The more people are supportive, encouraging, or even lauding the fact that I have this level of will and strength to go through this, because this is not an easy decision for most people. So it's curious that the more I don't live stealth, the more I'm okay with it. And the more I'm living I'm living out in the open, the more okay it gets. The better I feel about coming out to people. The easier it gets to coming out. It's a little awkward, like, I'm sorry, I'm pulling you apart from your day to explain, oh hey, I'm trans. But once that's over, I get a few questions. There's been 2 people who have just looked at me like I'm crazy, or like they don't understand. What do you mean you're a dude? What do you mean you're a gay dude? And then it sort of, sparked interesting conversation that made me laugh, even though I probably made them feel really awkward. But 90% of the people that I've told have been more than okay with it. Like, even people who have moral opinions that are different than mine, or that are more conservative than mine, have been like, well, my religion doesn't agree with it, but I still think you're really cool. So, there's a lot of people who say, well, since trans men can pass better, I'm just not going to tell anybody. I'm going to live in stealth, except for the people that I'm trying to have sex with. But I'm not sure if I recommend it, or if that's possible for me, since I have to be openly gay, openly trans at work. It's just easy to just be openly trans everywhere. I mean, most people are openly trans in their social life and stealth in their work life, but my work life is where I'm forced to be trans and open about it. So then not telling my friends doesn't make sense. And there's a couple times where I get she'd, like, she says, she this, she that. But I'm not forcing my coworkers to call me by my male pronouns until the change starts. Get them used to the name, get them calling me the right thing, move from there. So I'm curious, what causes people to feel differently, to feel that they have to be stealth, or that they want to. One of the people in my trans support group, who actually runs the group, recently she transitioned into a female. She's, she got fired, and it's been rough on her. She's happy, but she originally just wanted to disappear, just wanted to go stealth and not let anyone know. So I'm always curious to see, after seeing all the lives of the people on YouTube who are coming out online, how stealth are they, in their personal lives, in their work. And the students, there's a much more open-mindedness that happens within colleges and universities, so it is easier for them to be open about it amongst young people, and maybe because of their background it's okay for them to be open about it with their families and some of their friends. And I know that people from their past and people that they've met since they've transitioned, or right around the time they transitioned, it's a different thing. People who've known you forever will have a harder time dealing with it. So I'm curious what makes people choose to be stealth versus not being stealth, and how the story changes from mine in that regard. So that's sharing my story, asking nobody to tell me what their story is. Let's move on. You guys have a nice night. See you in a day or two.